Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Runa. Today we'll be doing Magic the Gathering Top 10 Colossuses. Well, that should be a little fun. Let's look at some Colossus, and now, at number 10. And the first one being on our list is Colossus of Akros. It's from Theros. It's a rare, just going for, well, 168. Well, this one's a little interesting because it does cost 8 mana. It's a 10/10 Defender Indestructible. So that's really cool. We do like Indestructibles. And, well, it has Monstrosity 10, and it only costs 10. So, again, it has Trample. So, I think this is a pretty cool card, especially at number 10. It does has versatility, and this is the only drawback is that it costs a lot of mana to do. So, let's move on to number 9. We got Chameleon Colossus from various sets of rare. That's right, only 47 cents in the market at the time of this video. It has Changing, which is very interesting because it costs 4 mana for a 4/4, so it does deserve a little recognition, and it does have Protection of Black, which can come in handy, but 4/4/4/4 is pretty cool, and it does have it's +X until under where X is its power. It costs 4 mana, so you can essentially pump it up and keep getting even more and more, even with extra cards to give 5/5 and then activate its ability. So it does have some leeway, and I just 4/4/4/4 is pretty good in general. So let's move on to number 8. Now we got Metalwork Colossus. It's from various sets. It's a rare, going for a whopping 112 on the market. This one costs, well, 11 for this 10/10. It says it costs X less to cast, where X is the total converted mana cost of non-creature artifacts you control. So that you can definitely have fun with that. Sacrifice 2 artifacts. So any artifact that really non-creature artifacts you control that costs 0 will definitely help bringing this out as fast as you can. So let's move on to number 7. We got an interesting one from Commander 2018. It's Nyla's Colossus. It's a rare, going for $5.57 on the market at the time of this video. Like most Colossuses, they're very expensive. So this one's actually pretty cheap, 7 for a 6/6. But it has Constellation when it says, whenever or another enchantment enters the battlefield under control, double target creature's power and toughness until end of turn. Now, there are enchantments that are cheaper, but at least with this one, you get a creature on top of that ability. Let's move on to number 6. We have an interesting one, Galecaster Colossus from Commander 2017. It's a rare, going for $3.54 at the time of this video. Now, we're going to have a little fun because it does say tap and untap wizard control. Return target non-land permanent you don't control to its owner's hand. Now, wizards are generally cheap, maybe 2 mana. So, once you have this in play, and if you have like a million wizards in play, this card is the ultimate game winner, and you could definitely have fun with it. But let's move on to number 5. We got Diregraf Colossus from various sets. It's a rare, going for $1.80. Now this one's just cheaper, actually, believe it or not. It does cost 3 mana for this 2/2. It says when it enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each zombie card in your graveyard. Whenever you cast a zombie spell, create a tap 2/2 black zombie creature token. So this is more of a card that you want to put it into a zombie deck than anything else. But most zombies that you can get out right away are tokens, so there is some kind of a drawback when playing this card. But let's move on to number 4. And we got an expensive one. We got Cultivator Colossus from Innistrad Crimson Vow. It's a mythic, going for $14.21 at the market at the time of this video. Well, it costs, guess what? 7 mana. It's a trample, and its power toughness equal to the number of lands you control. So even when you get it out into play, 7 for a 7/7 trample if you just go by lands and no other abilities. When it enters the battlefield, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tap. If you do, draw a card and repeat this process. Well, you could definitely have fun with that. Just keep going, and going. So let's move on to number 3. And next we got is one of my favorite cards from Darksteel. This is Darksteel Colossus, from various sets being rare, and then it eventually became mythic, with an average price of $12.04. Well, it costs 11 for 11/11 trample indestructible. It will be put into the graveyard from anywhere, reveal Colossus, and shovel it into its owner's library. So it can be debatable compared to other cards, and I'm actually taking this as a personal thing because I absolutely love this card, though it is expensive. So let's move on to number 2. And next we got is, that's right, Colossus Hammer. It's an equipment from various sets and uncommon, going for $3.27 on the market. And well, there's so many abilities and everything you can make this card pump out right away. I love this card. 100%. It is one of my top 10 cards in the all of Magic, believe it or not. Costs 1 mana. Equipped creature gets +10, and loses flying. Who cares? And with equip, like I said, with so many cards, that equipability can easily be done in like turn 3. So if the creature can somehow survive by turn 3, game over. I just love the card. I like the artwork. And just what card gives a creature +10/+10 as an equipment? This is just amazing. So let's move on to number 1. Well, for obvious reasons, if you don't know Magic, even if you do, well, I had to do this one at number 1. Blightsteel Colossus from various sets being mythic with an average price of just under $60. Well, look at it. The picture is amazing. Everything other than it costing 12 for this 1111, which back it was in that funny period when everything cost a lot. Has trample and infect. It's indestructible, and if it would be put in a graveyard, shuffled back into its own library instead. And with everything pumping mana right away, this can come out pretty fast. And just look at the artwork. That just makes everything perfect for this card. This is number 1 by far, no chance. So I hope you guys have a good day and a good evening.